What's up, everybody? This is Jay, and this is the R. Kelly Girlfriends interview breakdown. I break down everything as well as show the complete interview. Now, I want to thank all of my loyal supporters that support my work at patreon.com. You can help me continue to do my work, as well as if you haven't subscribed already, please do. If you enjoyed the video, click the like. Let's get into it.
Who live with R. Kelly are defending him and their relationship with him in the strongest terms. 21-year-old Azriel Clary and 23-year-old Joycelyn Savage told us they love Kelly, while their families claim he has brainwashed them.
In an interview you'll see only on CBS this morning, the two women told us there is nothing inappropriate about their arrangement with the 52-year-old singer.
Off top, they're wrong for saying their ages and emphasizing it as if they're minors. They're both grown-ass women, 21, 23. Yeah, they're much younger than him, and they emphasize that 52-year-old. It doesn't matter. They're grown. They can speak for themselves. How could you not give these women the platform to speak for themselves, and you're discrediting them, talking about what their parents say? They're grown. They don't have to listen to their parents anymore. They're not kids. Their parents are saying they brainwashed. If they was with anybody else, how could they be brainwashed? They said they love this man. We have to listen and hear what they say. So give them the benefit of the doubt before you start to discredit them. I don't understand that.
What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah, that's what it is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
You just said it.
A very strong relationship as well.
Both of you?
Yes, most definitely.
First off, why is she double questioning them? This is about this court case that he has pending. This is not about these women. They didn't go and file a police report for him doing them wrong, and it's no law against dating multiple women. I know a lot of people that will go to jail if that's the case, as well as women dating multiple men. So that is no point for her to stress right there. And Gayle knows that while she's sitting there with her skin looking tougher than leather, trying to pull one over on them.
You know, how do we say this without being inappropriate? Is this a three-way relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
First off, it's no way for you to ask that question without being inappropriate, Gayle. The women already answered the question. They said they're with him. They're in a relationship with him. They love him. They already answered your question. Now you want to get into the intimate details of their bedroom, which is none of your business, as well as none of our business. Gayle King doesn't share what her and Oprah do together when they're together in their relationship, so why should they share that?
Well, both
I'm
of
curious.
those.
Yeah.
We both have our individual relationships with him, and
Right.
we all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azriel going to movies and sitting watching, going to parks. I'm talking about, is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexual.
Again, Gayle King is wrong for asking them this question. It doesn't matter if their parents approve or disapprove. They are grown, 21, 23. If they were like gay and lesbians and they were having a relationship, sexual, and the parents didn't approve, everybody would be saying how the parents aren't this and aren't that, and the parents are wrong. But because the parents don't approve of them being with an older man, the parents have credibility to stand on. That's not correct.
Well, first
Between
of all,
the
I'm
three
not
of you?
here to talk about my personal life,
Okay.
and I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom.
And that right there was an excellent grown woman answer. I don't know too many grown women that go around talking about what they do and who they do it with in public, let alone on TV. And why would she do that with Gayle? Gayle is steadily asking them when they're grown. Whatever he does do or does not do with them, it's not illegal. They are sitting here obviously still defending him. They're not being held against their will. If they were, they could have told somebody and escaped. So whether you say brainwashed or not, they could just say they're in love, and who's to say the difference?
And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't, but
Okay, then.
but-
So,
no, you're
next
right.
question.
Will that be cash or check, Gayle? Next question, please. Damn, she showed her. I like her. Checked her ass.
No, you're right. I would not, but this is a very different circumstance.
It's not a different circumstance. There are people all over the world who have multiple girlfriends. It's no different.
Do both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my parents knew where I have always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
About everybody doesn't get along with their parents. Okay, that's a fact. Everybody doesn't get along with their parents. These women are grown now. If she don't want to look her father in the eye or be bothered with him, that's all. There's nothing he can do about that. They're grown. If they're making a mistake, let them make their mistakes, and they'll have to learn from it like everybody else.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No.
That, if it is true, would be disgusting with him being so old with someone that young, but it is not illegal. The age of consent in Illinois is 17. Now, she denies having sex with him at the age 17, but if she did, that would not be illegal. And if it was happening at that time, the father was supposed to do his job then and prosecute and get R. Kelly arrested and file a complaint and take up because she was a minor. You can't come when she's 21 and then try to say what she did when she was 17.
That is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age.
I'm not saying that what she's saying is true, but what the hell would a 17-year-old know about R. Kelly when his prime and most of his hits were before she was even listening to music and walking? She could be going to Chris Brown over R. Kelly, I'm pretty sure.
So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
In my opinion, R. Kelly shouldn't even have done an interview, and he should have just let her speak and the other lady speak, because she's very convincing and she's very well spoken, and what she's saying makes sense. If it wasn't about money and blackmail, why weren't they outraged when she was 17? Why are they outraged when she's a grown-ass woman, 21? I don't understand this, so it makes a lot more sense what she's saying.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money, and
your parents. You're saying the same as saying.
Well, both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
Now that's a bold-faced lie, Gayle, or rather I should say an old-faced lie. You know damn well everybody's been saying that the parents have been wanting to get money. People have not wanted to believe it because R. Kelly does have a track record of going after, little youngins, but yet and still, maybe he learned from his last transgressions. Maybe he didn't. These two women are not applicable to what's going on.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story to me last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative. So he's the one you need to watch out for. But my dad and my mom, they started to send threats to both me and him. They said, oh, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him. If he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday, oh, I'm going to put everything out there, and then $10,000 after that. You're trying to solicit me like I'm some hoe. I'm not. I'm your child.
Gayle was doing her job and being an impartial interviewer. She would have asked him, do you have those text messages still? Do you still have that evidence? Because if she did, that would be the end of this. Case closed as far as these two young ladies are concerned. And the interview would be over, because that would show that they were telling the truth and the parents were out for money. But of course, she doesn't ask that because they don't really want to get to the bottom of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, you sound very angry with your parents. You sound very angry and very pained. Tell me, Azrael, why you're crying. Tell me.
I mean, it's obvious to everyone that she's visibly upset about what's going on. And, Gayle is asking why she's crying, because she wants her to break down even further and create a scene, hopefully like R. Kelly, so that she can have another great interview that everybody's talking about. But in reality, she can care less about what these women are saying. She looks at them as kids, too. And yeah, they may be a child because they're, less than half her age, but they're both grown nevertheless.
I'm crying because you guys don't know the truth. You guys are believing some facade that our parents are saying. This is all lies for money. And if you can't see that, you're ignorant and you're stupid as because you want to be. All because that's the world we live in. Negativity sells. Gossip is what sells. Rumors are what sells.
Exactly.
So true. They got a great point. Negativity sells. That's the type of world we live in. You'll hear about an athlete or entertainer and their transgressions, but you very rarely hear about the good that they do or the people that they help. I'm not saying that applies to this particular case, but it is true, this world.
And Azrael, this is more than gossip. This is more than just rumors. These are decades of allegations against Robert Kelly.
We're not here to talk about decades. We're here to talk about what our parents are doing right now.
Right.
Excellent point in redirecting Gayle. He is not here. We're not here for decades. You're talking about right now. You can't put him on trial for his entire life. He already went to trial once.
And what they're doing right now is all for money.
Right.
Now, both sets of parents deny ever asking Kelly for money or receiving money from him.
Which means somebody's lying. The parents are denying they didn't want any money, and the ladies are denying that they're being held hostage and brainwashed. Who is lying? Always look at who has the most to gain. The parents have money to gain. They don't have a relationship with him, so they have nothing other than money to gain. They are all right. They're with him. They're living the life with him. They don't have more to gain because they already have what they want. Unfortunately, it seems that the parents have the most to gain in this equation. Both ladies live in Trump Tower with R. Kelly. They're living the life. They, having, wild orgies or whatever the case. The parents was at home salty. So what's this got to be about?
As I watched that, as I was talking to them, because I had talked to the father, there are two very different stories. I'm sure Mr. Clary, if he watches this morning, his head will explode because he has a very different version of what these young women are saying.
Yes, watching R. Kelly's head explode and this young lady's head explode counts for nothing, because when the father sees this, his head will explode. I mean, whose exploded head are we supposed to believe? It's just ridiculous.
And his team had told us that R. Kelly would not be in the room. After the interview started, he was around the corner behind them. They couldn't see him. But it points...
that means that he wasn't in the room. If they didn't see him, he's around the corner behind them and they can't see. He basically in the hallway or another room. I mean, this man can't do nothing for you guys. There's nothing he can do to please this people.
At points during the conversation, he would cough very loudly like that. So they were aware that he was there.
He wanted them to know that he tried to stop the interview backstage a couple times.
Yeah, a couple of times. Laz, who was taking those amazing photos that you've seen, is my makeup artist, who's also a very good photographer, as you also see. R. Kelly came up to him and said, should I stop this interview? Should I stop this interview? He never did.
So again, what are you bringing it up for? If he never stopped the interview, maybe he was asking because he realized he made a damn fool out of himself. Maybe he didn't want to keep continuously putting himself out there, and maybe he realized nothing that they or he could say will win in the court of public opinion, and he was just like, it's not no point.
So the girls at some point were certainly aware that he was there. And I just wanted to say, as a mother, get your things, let's go.
And who the hell are you to say get your things and let's go? That's who they want to be with. They are of age. They can choose who they want to be with. Young women are with old men, and young men are with older women. Look at Kate Beckinsale. Why would you want them to go? They dress nice, they talking nice, they in a nice place. What's the problem, Gayle?
You are 21, you are 23, and he is 52 years old. And I know many people believe age is just a number. When you're looking at these young women, they parrot a lot of what he is saying.
Why does it have to be that they are parroting what he's saying? Maybe it's the truth, Gayle. You're supposed to be an impartial interviewer, but yet and still you're basically accusing them of lying and that the parents are telling the truth. You can't do that. They are grown. They can speak for themselves.
It's ugly to watch, but abuse is ugly. And the manipulation that continues, and the powerlessness and trying to feel powerful, and the blame. It's a
bad situation. I think
maybe abuse is different to other people. Like 50 Shades of Grey is abuse to me, but that's pleasure to them. So everybody has a difference of opinion.
One day, years from now, everybody will look back on this and just say it's very sad, very tawdry, and just very, very ugly.
I hope that what comes of this...
I don't like that, because right now she's recreating her own narrative as it's so ugly to watch. These women are dressed nice. They're speaking as intellectuals. It's obvious they're not malnourished. You can look and see red beans and rice ain't missed them not one meal. Okay? I don't understand how they're trying to make them look as if they don't know you know better than they do about their life. That's ridiculous.
Now, they do not think they're being abused or manipulated or brainwashed. But again, they're 21 and 23.
And then we got to keep it real. It's a double standard. Now, it used to be that men got away with this or that. It shouldn't have been. And now it's women should get away with everything, which it shouldn't be. If a woman is with a younger man, she's a cougar. She's a MILF. You know, Stella got her groove back. But now if a man is with an older man, he's a pervert, pedophile. He's disgusting. He's gross. I mean, come on. It can't be one way and not the other. People should be allowed to be with who they want to be with as long as they are of age. Yeah, parents may have disagreed with it and they have the right to, but as a grown person of age, you have the choice and the right to choose who you want to be with. That's just part of life. And if you break up, you break up. How many people break up all the time? That's part of life. I mean, people sometimes have to learn the hard way. Let them do it. That's just, you know, he's not beating them, abusing them. And if he is, you don't go on a reality show. You go to the popo. You go to the police. You don't ask for money. So I don't understand. And then the way that they conducted this interview, they tried to leave on the note of saying they don't believe that they're being abused or not. They're 21 and 23 as if they're too young to know any damn thing and they're idiots. Okay, I know when you're 21, 23, you may not know as much as when you get 30 or 40 or whatever, but you're not an idiot. Okay, these women are old enough to go off to war. They're old enough to vote. They're old enough to be tried as an adult and go to jail. You know, so how come they're not old enough to know their own body and know if there's somebody that they care about, or know the difference if they're, you know, being abused or not? I can see if they were 14 or 15, even 16, you start to know more than that. You're able to drive a vehicle. So you're saying at 16, you can drive a car, but you wouldn't know if you were abused. So, I just don't see that. And, as far as 21 and 23, they shouldn't even have a discussion with them about this because they know what they're doing. They're grown women right now. Okay, they are not kids, and they don't have to listen to their parents. And sometimes, unfortunately, People don't get along with their parents when they grow up, especially if their parents don't agree with their lifestyle choice, whether it's because they're gay, because they're sleeping with someone of a different race or nationality, or because they're with somebody younger or older than them. So, Gayle, they should be ashamed of themselves by how biased they were with this interview as well as R. Kelly's video interview. They basically already had their minds made up of what kind of story they wanted to write or present and what kind of interview they were going to conduct instead of listening to what they had to say. You ask the questions and you let them speak. That's how you do the interview properly. If I were going to interview them, that's how I would have conducted the interview, and I would have let them speak for themselves. And if they were going to incriminate themselves or make themselves look bad, that's what they would have done. And if they were going to make themselves look good or, whatever the case, exonerate themselves, then that's what they would have done. But in no way would I have came with my mind already made up on who and what this is. Yeah, I may have my own opinions, but that's my own opinions you keep to yourself. You don't put that into your work as an interview. That's something that you do as an op-ed piece or something, and you give your opinion. This was not supposed to be her opinion. This was supposed to be letting them speak. And how do you have more credibility for their parents over them when they're grown and they're the ones living it? Whereas the parents are from the outside looking in. Okay, they may have more information than we do as the general public, but they don't have a whole lot more because they're not living with him every day. So I don't understand this. I'm looking forward to see your guys' thoughts on this. I put a lot of information throughout the video on the screen for people to look and read. You can pause as you go, check it out. But, nevertheless, I think that public opinion and the court of public opinion has already tried them guilty. They just don't know how they can put R. Kelly in jail for this. That's why they put him in jail for child support, even though his wife is worth $10 million and he's only worth 1 million, less than 1 million. The only reason they say he's worth $1 million is because he can always generate wealth as long as people, don't blackball him like they've been doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to hear what you got to say. Peace, and I'm out.